Hi, Joni here. Putin fumbled again. Is he the worst strategic leader of our time? That will be the topic of today's video. Is Putin the worst strategic leader in modern history? He might be the only man capable of turning Trump against Russia, and also to turn the European coalition of the unwilling into a coalition of the willing. It really takes talent to do both of these things at the same time. Trump recently announced that he will allow Europeans to buy American weapons for Ukraine, which is extremely important and will help Ukraine a lot, especially on air defense. And it's absolutely crazy to think that we are actually in this position today, as Trump has been extremely soft on Russia and tough on Ukraine. Putin had complete control over Trump. He would have just needed to make some tiny compromises to make Trump happy, but he didn't. He overreached once again, and as a result he's fumbling a golden chance to save Russia. Arrogance kills. Putin actually had a lot of success in his geopolitical games up until 2022. Most of these successes were due to him being extremely aggressive and not respecting international law, and just daring to use force. He had many geopolitical successes in Georgia, Crimea, Donbass, and Syria. All of them based on not following international law and being a war criminal, but still successes on a geopolitical level from a Russian perspective. And then, like many dictators end up doing, he overreached. And he went from a horrible dictator but who was also seen as a sort of strategic mastermind into just being a horrible dictator who ruined his country's future. Putin fumbled again. He overreached when he launched his full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022, but he also overreached now in 2025 with both Trump and Europe. Russia is strategically losing in Ukraine because it cannot reach its initial strategic goals. But Putin had a golden opportunity to save Russia, and that was thanks to Trump being back in the White House and Europe hibernating. And yet Putin blew it. Russia has suffered over 1 million total casualties in its war against Ukraine. And yet it has failed to capture any of the 23 regional capital or special status cities that Ukraine controlled before the full-scale war. Russia is nowhere near its strategic goals and it's bleeding. But traitors, useful idiots and cowards in the West handed Putin a lifeline, and he arrogantly tossed it aside. Putin really had a golden opportunity. Trump was insulting Ukraine and Zelensky. He opposed military aid to Ukraine and refused to pressure Russia. Europe was sleepwalking. Sanctions were soft. Military aid was slow. Coalitions of the willing looked more like coalitions of the unwilling. Putin could have seized the moment. He could have played for time by making some tiny compromises, or he could have even negotiated an end to the war, a far better deal than Russia deserved. But instead, he stalled talks and escalated his daily war crimes. He acted like he had leverage, but he didn't. Arrogance over strategy. And now, because of that, Trump is forced to do the bare minimum and allow the US to sell weapons to Ukraine through European countries. And at the same time, Europe is slowly waking up. France and the UK are restarting the production of cruise missiles, and Germany is investing more and more in Ukraine's defense industry. The tide is slowly turning. Trump is unstable, but we can be cautiously optimistic. And if this holds, it's a major blow to Putin and Russia. He overplayed his hand and escalated instead of negotiating. And now he may have even pushed Trump away, at least for now. That's not just a fumble, that's a collapse in strategy. Putin's refusal to act rationally may have cost Russia its future. Putin fumbled hard and history won't forgive him. But at the same time, it's important to remember that the war is far from over. The last few days have given us the best news in months, and it's all thanks to Putin's failure. But we still need to do much more. And I like to repeat myself, but to ensure that Ukraine wins, Europe needs to do the following 4 things. Number 1, we need to sustain financial aid to Ukraine in the long run. Number 2, we need to place large long-term orders of Western equipment for Ukraine. Number 3, we need to invest heavily in Ukraine's defense industry, even more than we're doing now. And number 4, we need to tighten sanctions. The window is open, let's not waste it. What do you think about this? Is Putin one of the worst strategic leaders in modern history? You know my take, but I want to hear yours. Write them in the comments. Well, that was it for today's video. I hope that you liked it. If you did, please like and subscribe. As you might have seen, we finished the campaign and reached our goal. Massive thanks for the support. As you know, I will go to Ukraine soon. I will keep you updated. See you in the next video. Thank you. Slava Ukraini.